Advertise with us on Speakstv.com. Call us 713-425-9477. This is Speaks TV. Fort Bend ISD's visual art classes allows art students to further develop an understanding of artwork and artistic skills by using hands-on approaches to learning. Visual art students develop creative abilities, problem-solving skills, and creative thinking skills that allow them to appreciate all aspects of the visual arts, regardless of their artistic abilities. Presented here today are feeder schools participating in Aliana's Art and Music Festival: Austin, Bush, Clements, Dulles, Elkins, Hightower, Kempner, Marshall, Progressive, Rich Point, Travis, and Willow Ridge. Hello and welcome to Speaks TV. My name is Rose and I am excited to take you all the way to West Houston to Aliana community, Aliana's Art and Music Festival. Today we will take you through 14 of the beautiful model homes where you will experience art from students from the Fort Bend ISD. This art is incredible, it is beautiful. Stay with us, we'll walk you through. Welcome back to Speaks TV. We are actually in a darling home and I want to introduce the salesperson for this home. This is Sandra. And Sandra, can you tell us about this property? I love this home. Can you tell us about what we're looking at here?
Thank you. This is a darling home. It is right at 5,000 square feet. It has 5 bedrooms,
Wow.
4.5 baths.
So 1,000 square foot per room, I take it. I'm joking.
No. You're really
Right.
No.
So what's unique about this home?
Well, Darling definitely does things differently. We have a lot of unique design. This home has a media room upstairs, of course the game room, but it's the second bedroom downstairs that really speaks to my customer. When they want a guest bedroom, they like to have them downstairs.
Oh, fantastic. Can you walk us through the home? Let's see.
Sure.
So where are we here? What do you call this particular room that we're in?
Well, this is our great room.
Okay.
It really incorporates all your living space together.
Okay.
When you have your kitchen, your breakfast area, and your family room all
Okay.
combined like this,
All right.
it's that openness that people love.
Right, I see it's very spacious. So what's the detail that I've seen in this home that speaks to most of your customers?
Well, and with most of my customers, they love the detail with Darlene's design. It's the upgraded cabinets, the granite tops on the kitchen counter. But just the flexibility to choose what you want in your home. At Darling, we understand that we're not going to live in this home.
Okay.
You're going to live in this home.
Okay.
And so we allow you the flexibility to go ahead and customize your kitchen, your family room, or the other rooms in the home.
Nice. Can you take us through other parts of the home?
Sure.
Perfect. Wow, I love this open space.
Yes, isn't this a great space? When you walk into the home, and every home has a different design, but this one in particular with the spiral staircase.
I love it. I love it.
The large high ceilings, the open archways, it really is inviting when you have friends and family over. This is your study, your home office.
Okay.
And actually it can be anything. You know, again, with our homes, we always like to design them for that customer. We want to make sure that we're getting the right rooms for that home. And so I've had customers that use this as a workout room instead of a home office.
Okay.
So it can be whatever you want.
This is fantastic. I love the high wall ceiling. I love the detail work that you put in it, and I also love that it's a little bit secluded from your family room where there could be noise, but then it's not too far away. And it's the beautiful lighting. I'm in awe. It's a great design.
Will you stay with me so you can help me sell this home later?
Absolutely.
Jana Hoke.
Hi, Jana.
I'm at Sugar Mill Elementary.
Oh, nice. We are about to take a look at some of the artwork from your talented students. Can you give us a sneak peek what we should be expecting?
Well, each house has elementary, middle school, and high school artwork. And it is on easels and enlarged. It is beautiful. And each home has the feeder pattern where the elementary, the middle school, and what high school they would feed into.
Okay.
So that's how they're organized.
Correct.
For example, my house is the Kempner feeder pattern. All our students eventually get to Kempner.
So you work for the Fort Bend ISD?
I do. I teach art at Sugar Mill Elementary.
Sugar Mill Elementary. So can you give us insight into how you're feeling seeing artwork from students that you may have taught being exhibited here today?
It is incredible. Their artwork is so fresh, and we're rivaling the old masters today, is what we're doing.
You know, when I took
And this is new. This is a new thing, and it is, the kids are just so tickled over this.
That is fantastic. I looked at some of these art and I was in awe of the detail and the
my
designs
goodness.
and the talent that these students are expressing. Can you give us an idea what age range are we looking at from some of these kids?
Kindergarten through 12th grade.
Wow.
And the kindergarten, first grade, second, the little ones will blow you away. All age groups.
Wow.
I would rather have these than go buy something
Correct.
at a store somewhere.
So do you think some of your students will be here today
Oh,
that we can get to interview them and showcase
yes,
their art?
yes.
Thank you so much
Well,
for visiting
thank you.
with us today, and good luck to you. And
Thank you
for all
very
that you do
much.
with
Thank
these kids.
you all.
Thank you. Hi, how are you? What's your name?
I'm Suzanne.
Hi, Suzanne. I'm Rose, and we're from Speakstv. Thank you for joining us today. So tell me, what's the reason why you're here today?
I'm helping out with volunteering for the Clements House,
Okay.
and we're displaying artwork that some of our students have done.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about this piece that we're looking at here.
Well, these are several pieces from Clements art students,
Okay.
and they're from the upper level divisions of our art classes. And we have really intense programs.
You know, you mentioned intense, and I go, yeah, I can see intense, and I really want to find out about that. I'm looking at the detail in this design. This is just incredible work. Can you tell us a little bit about the program, the art program at your school? How is it that students are this talented?
Well, our teacher, Miss Reedy, she's really supportive of us, and she guides us through all of our projects. And she makes it just a really fun experience where we want to do the art and we want to put forth our best effort into the artwork.
So that's the trick, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. So have you had a piece before that has been exhibited by the school?
I've had 2 pieces go to state competition,
Really?
but I've never had a piece displayed in a house.
Today, you are actually volunteering and supporting your fellow students. How does that make you feel?
It's really nice to be able to give back and help Miss Reedy show like what she's helped us accomplish, because it's such a great experience just to like be in her art classes and be able to like produce artwork that you know that other people enjoy.
So I'm listening to you and I'm seeing all of this great artwork, and you know what I'm thinking? I think that every student that goes through her class is going to end up being a professional artist. What do you think?
Well, not everyone will become a professional artist. We actually had a girl last year graduate and she got into Harvard Medical School.
Okay.
So we have like a wide range of students.
Oh, wow.
And she really just supports us to do art even if we aren't going to pursue it as a career, because she wants us to have like an outlet that we can have fun.
And she just, it seems like she brings out the best in you.
She does.
She knows how to
She
channel
does.
your energy. She knows how to work that creative aspect that each and every one of you have, and be able to display it.
She does.
That is fantastic. Well, I am so thankful for you to meet with us today, and
Thank
you
you.
have a beautiful smile. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
I just spoke with Susan, who's one of the students from Clements High School, and she was just telling us today that she's volunteering to help with this exhibit here at Aliana during the Arts and Music Festival. You are going to be amazed as we walk through 14 of the model homes that are here in Aliana that's showcasing artwork from these talented students from Port Bend ISD. Welcome back to Speakstv, and I am excited to be sitting with Linda. Linda, tell us a little bit about who you are and why we are all here today at Aliana's Art and Music Festival.
Oh, wonderful. Actually, I'm Linda Kilgore. I'm the marketing director for Aliana. And it was kind of an inspiration to me when I actually walked into the administration building and I looked up on the walls and I saw incredible artwork that I would consider almost on a college level. And it was like, I have to show the world what Fort Bend ISD's art students are about. Not knowing that they are state winners and they won in the rodeo show and have for several years. So I actually interviewed with Joan Marsh, the fine arts director, and she told me a little bit about her program, and I said, I would like to show the world, every school, about what all the middle school, elementary school, and the high school students do with your program, and she embraced it totally.
That is fantastic. Now, is Aliana community in the Fort Bend ISD?
Yes, it is, and we are very proud to be in Fort Bend ISD. One of my major marketing things, and it is as a marketing director, is always tell our prospects who would like to live of what ISD that they're in and information about it. So that's kind of my job that I would like to do, is let everybody know, and then also let them know of all these wonderful advantages. I think this Fort Bend ISD has probably the best art teachers I've ever met.
I was impressed by this work. I mean, as we walk through 14 of your beautiful model homes that you have here, and just to see the display of the artwork that's there, I am still in awe. I keep asking myself, are they sure that these came from students and these are not professional artists that have done this work?
It just makes me smile, I know. I heard a lady who, as we were setting up, said, these are fantastic. How old are these children?
That's
And
the
it's
question I asked
every
too.
home is an elementary, middle, and high school. So it's a mixture of everything in each home. And they said, oh, I wish I could draw. She says, if you can sign your name, we can teach you to draw.
How amazing is that? You know, I had a privilege of speaking to a teacher from one of the schools and also a student from one of the schools. And the same thing came from both their mouths, that they are just trying to inspire the students and just to draw out the best from these students to channel their creative abilities. And it is just amazing to see in the detail work that comes from these students. I am amazed. And I also should congratulate you for having the vision when you walked into that school, like you said, and you saw this artwork and you said, oh my goodness, this needs to be on display to the world. That is fantastic.
And you know, our children, it's Aliana Development Company, and our president has been making master plan for communities in the Fort Bend area for an extremely long time. The experience level is wonderful. But what we do is embrace the family environment that we want to be able to do. We tell everybody the schools that they're involved with, because later on we move on and this is theirs. So creating a dream for them and getting the right schools, giving the schools, you know, we got them sponsorship so they can get new materials and stuff for their school. It's just something we should do.
Right.
And we love our families. They love the development. All of our events are just packed 200 or more.
That is amazing. So what you're saying, if I'm right here, is that not only when you develop these communities, these master plan communities, and you bring these people from all over into the communities, that you want to give them a reason to stay. You want to give them a reason to be here. And even though that at the end of the day, you will leave and go develop another community, but you're always looking for things within that community that helps them get plugged into.
In their
Absolutely.
life. They
That
chose
is,
to live here.
yes.
And that's so important. It's one of the biggest decisions a family
Because
can make.
it's a major investment.
Absolutely.
And that is so fantastic. So let me ask you, Linda, what do you hope to get out of this Art and Music Festival today?
Well, myself even, is the fact that I want everyone to realize how talented these children are, and that the fact that a lot of children are not just on, you know, the iPhone and computer all the time or watching TV. That the time that it took to in the minds of these children to draw and commit and be creative and stuff, I really want to get out of it that those children should hear from us that we appreciate that, we value your talent, and to keep it up.
Right.
you know?
That is amazing. So, from the viewers that are listening to our Speaks TV channel on 15.2, what can they do to assist in a program if they wanted to?
Well, I can tell you, anybody that wants to help sponsor Fort Bend Fine Arts Department, they can. I know that they are working on a website right now to be able to set something like that up. I discovered that they didn't have projectors in the art department, not one. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And I said, so let's fix that. And then just clipboards. You know, they needed clipboards and stuff. So sometimes the basic tools where some of the other departments may get more money. Maybe this is something that they didn't think about. So again, that was kind of our message too. When we do development, we always create something, and we always think of the arts. You'll see in Aliana, art pieces that are in the bridges and stuff. There's little subtle touches everywhere. And we always take all of our planning and designer, it's always an art form. So it's just something we embrace and cherish very much.
That is amazing. And it really touches my heart to hear some of the needs that are written within these schools, and to think about that these kids actually are doing all this work with very minimal resources.
Yes, I mean, just like I said, the clipboards can help, the aprons would help, the simple, just getting brand new supplies helps. Because the better their equipment, the easier their job.
Absolutely. That is fantastic. Melinda, I am so appreciative of you and your vision and being able to put it together. And I hope that you continue to do something like this. Because it is such amazing. I mean, these kids today, they really need to be encouraged.
Yes.
And they really need to know that someone's out there showcasing their work out there to the world. And I think you've done a fantastic job giving them that opportunity.
We love them all. If you look around today, all of them wearing their shirts, I'm so proud of them because I'm actually watching and look at each other's work, which is very inspiring.
Correct.
Thank you so much for coming out
Thank
and
you so
interviewing
much,
me.
Linda. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Well, this is Linda, and she's a marketing director for Aliana Community. Please stay with us as we continue to take you through 14 of the beautiful model homes and showcase the experienced, talented artwork from students from Fort Bend ISD. Stay tuned. Shortly, we'll be talking to the artistic director for the school, and we'll get an insight of what she is feeling. This is Speaks TV Africa. Welcome back to Speaks TV. I am here with the infamous Miss Reedy. She is an arts teacher from Clemens High School, and you are actually seeing some of the product of her hard work every day. Some of her students work have actually gone to state championships. I want to talk with Miss Reedy today so you get to understand what it is about this person that is able to inspire students to produce such great work. Welcome to Speaks TV, Miss Reedy.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here among all of this beautiful art as well as these wonderful homes.
So tell us, what do you do for Fort Bend ISD? Give us a day in the life of Miss Reedy.
A day in the life. Well, I'm actually the Fort Bend ISD facilitator for secondary art teachers, which I love because I love art teachers. I'm also the high school teacher for Clemens High School. I love teaching art, as I said. A day in my life is, well, even on the worst day, I truly feel I have the best job in the world. I get to spend time inspiring and motivating these kids. These are actually all my students who went to state and won gold seal, which happens to be the top 1% best high school art students in the state of Texas. And we actually have 6 of them, so I couldn't be more proud.
I cannot imagine. Okay, so there are people who are just gifted to bring out the best in people. As I believe that everybody is talented in one way, shape, or form, but it takes a very special person to be able to channel that energy and be able to channel that creativity and bring something very productive out. And to see that you have so many students who produce such great work, that says a lot about you and what you're able to accomplish.
Well, I'm blessed that I just ended up with some incredibly talented students. And I guarantee that if the kids come in with that willingness to learn, they want to absorb, how can I do this? Many of them will come in actually afraid and saying, I can't do this, I'll never be able to do this, but they can. As long as they have a willingness to learn, they come in with that creativity, I can teach them whatever they want to learn.
I'm listening to you, and I feel like, okay, can I just show up in your class and have something like this at the end of how many years? 5 years? Or
Yeah.
what's the duration?
Well, this is my 25th year of teaching, but and I love it. But I teach the Art 1 students. Actually, every period of the day I teach a different level. So I teach Art 1, then I teach Drawing 2 students, then I teach Drawing 3, then I teach AP Drawing, and then AP 2D Design, and then I teach Photoshop at the end of the day. So I have a wonderful, wonderful day and see so much talent from beginning to end. This is my wonderful, wonderful colleague, the Fort Bend ISD facilitator for all elementary teachers. And she's amazing.
And what is your name?
Femi Khan, they call me AU. I answer to everything.
Femi
Khan.
Femi Khan. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
She's an incredible artist as well.
Thank you.
So can you tell us a little bit about how you're feeling today, seeing your students' artwork being displayed?
Oh, it's fascinating. It's fascinating. This is a rare opportunity for us kids. Now, I'm on the other side of the track. We come all the way from 5th Street. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
No, I'm not.
That's where we are from. And so the kids over there don't really get this opportunity much. But most of the arts is not very much getting opportunities. Always the sports taking the front feet.
Right,
Always
right.
in the front line. So we always take the back seat quite a
Right.
bit.
Quite a struggle there.
It
Right.
is. Visual
Right.
arts is always struggling. We want to always promote the arts in the public schools. And that's a very, very important thing. And the more people know about it, the more, people will be promoting the public school arts. And that's such an important thing in part of your whole development of a child.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah.
We couldn't be more excited about Aliana doing this for us because it really validates what our kids are doing in high schools. Because not only are they great artists, but you're going to find if you've spoke to them, they are great higher level thinkers. They're problem solving. They're creating solutions to things that haven't even been seen before. And I tell my students, you are going to transform my future because we have new world problems, and we need new solutions. We don't need solutions that you know the rules and you can figure out.
Able to think outside of the box.
But they think outside of the box and they come up with new solutions to new problems. So I am honored to teach the students that I
So let me ask you, is it the right brain or the left brain that you use in creating art?
Well, actually, it's both, wouldn't you say?
I would say it is both. In the teaching world, the new thing is STEM, that they call with the science and technology and all the math.
We've added the A.
STEAM.
You added A to it.
We added the
arts.
STEAM.
Yeah.
And if you really look back into history of art, like Michelangelo and Da Vinci, they all were also part architects, and they were engineers and mathematicians.
Correct.
So art is not just creativity of making a line by just itself and saying poof, color and done.
Yes.
Like she said, problem solving. And we actually, we actually do what are the 4 C's that we always concentrate on.
What are the 4 C's?
It's you do the communications. You're really concentrating on teaching the child how to communicate. You also what you say is problem solving, creativity. That's one, and then 2, and then what else do we have? What are the other? Communications, creativity. Darn, now I'm going blank, aren't I? I just went
It's
blank.
fine.
I just went blank. But it is like the 21st century thing that is what we are concentrating on, is making the child, like she said, problem solving is not just giving them like, okay, so red and yellow make what?
Right.
It's not just that.
Right. Can
When
you
we-
push the buttons there?
Yeah, you give them a project and you don't give them like, you let them solve it.
Right.
And when they come to the aha moment, and
Right.
when they go out in the world, and you meet, do I take a right turn or a left turn?
Right.
Frost's, which with a fork in the road.
Right.
Do I take right or left?
Right.
When you come to that point in life, what job do I take? What do I do with my own kids? Where do I go from here? Where's life taking me? And when you come to that, and that child goes back, it's somewhere here.
Correct.
That an art teacher, I feel, or a fine arts person, and anybody who's taught that way of problem solving, the teacher, that's the thing that comes out. And they don't realize that it's because they did that when they were a kid.
Absolutely.
Because it's ingrained.
Yeah, absolutely. That
It's
foundation has
already
been implanted.
inside.
Yes.
And it just pours out.
That's
And
amazing.
this is why we are so excited
That
about our
is so
job.
amazing. Well, can we meet some of your students
Yes,
today?
please,
Who
please,
do you
please.
have with us?
Yes. And actually Sonia, my beautiful little Sonia, I've
Hi,
actually
Sonia.
taught for 4 years as
Really?
well. So she's
Wow.
a senior this year.
Wow. So tell us about your experience at Fort Bend ISD Arts Program.
It's actually the best arts program I have been in ever, and Miss Reed is like the best teacher to have. She teaches with so much passion, and I think she's the best mentor to have ever. And like in 4 years, my artwork has changed a lot. I can see my own artwork grow through Miss Reedy's teaching and all that. It's just the best thing. Yeah, I really
Your thought
yes
process.
thought process too developed from cutesy things to more deeper level thinking, more creativity, expression, and all that stuff. Yeah.
You know, I really thought that I would. I thought I would actually run the show today and not hear a teenager say cutesy, but she found a way to put that in. Yes.
No, we have incredible art students, and many of our students do go on to some of the best art colleges throughout the entire United States. We are in those schools. In addition to that, some of the artwork you actually saw over there, like one of them I know was Tiffany, one of the Gold Seal winners that you noticed. She's at Harvard this year.
That's
so
what I
our
heard. She's in
kids
medical
go
school. And I want to commend you for doing such an incredible job as a teacher and as a mentor.
I
And having
appreciate
these kids in, and I know it's such a great responsibility to have the students' minds in your hand when you get to mold them. And I think, to me, I would be scared, like what am I teaching them? But for you to be able to take these students and craft and mold them to become something unique and incredible problem solvers, like both of you were saying, I think that you should be commended.
Oh, that's an honor. Thank you so much.
This is Speakstv. This is from Muda Faruka. Please join me in welcoming Rob to Speakstv.
So nice to meet you. Good
Nice
to be
to-
here.
So tell us, what are you doing at Aliana's Auto Music Festival?
Well, we're here courtesy of Extraordinary Entertainment, and we do our sound we call world fusion music. I've got a long word for it. Sometimes I refer to it as world fusion, global groove, and gypsy surf music. We use a lot of different genres, and compositionally, I say it's composition through a collaboration of cultures. We're all in this together. So I look to bring in as many influences as I can into our music.
So what part do you play in Muda Faruka?
Well, I arrange and compose the music. I'm the guitarist, one of the singers, and I play flute. And we have multi-talented people in the band. We've got Richard Saldivar on keyboards, also a wonderful trumpet player. Marianne Willis on violin. She's one of the world's foremost teaching violinists. She has 12 books out that are published all over the world by Melvay Publishing. And Giovanni Capello is on drums. He was the youngest drum student ever to get a scholarship to Berklee School of Music. Wow. And so it's a good group of people. And Adita she's from the Ukraine, wonderful singer, performer.
That is fantastic. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys have in store for Aliana's Auto Music Festival today.
Well, we're going to try to make it mostly just fun for today. It looks, people out here just to have a good time. So we're going to keep it, I think, on the light side. Generally.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So if it wasn't the Aliana's Auto Music Festival, what would people typically expect?
Well, we might be a little more kind of a darker Middle Eastern feel for some of the music and that, but here I think we're going to keep it kind of just festive. It's a festival, and I
Right.
want to keep it,
Right.
and it looks like people are here just to have a good time. We're going to try to be part of that good time.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
That was Ram from Muda Faruka. We are going to try and find some more musicians for you to interview. Stay with us. This is Speakstv. We have for you to Giselle. Giselle is a musician that performed today here at Aliana's Art and Music Festival. Please join us. Aliana, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So tell us about your type of music. Tell us where you're from.
I am from Brazil, originally from Brazil, and we try to play a little bit of different rhythms from Brazil, such as samba and forró, and some Brazilian group as well. I really like that, some American songs as well.
Oh wow! Do you incorporate music from the Carnival into your type of music?
Well, we have to, right?
Yes,
We
yes.
are Brazilians, and we like to samba and dance, and of course, it's always good to have that energy. And
Yes.
I like to do that.
That's
Just to
fantastic.
incorporate the samba in the music.
So how did you get to be a part of Aliana's Art and Music Festival today?
Actually, I play in town and around at some restaurants, and we got invited. Me and my band, we got invited to come and play some Brazilian music, and it's been really nice. I loved it.
That is fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us here at
Thank you.
Speakstv.
Thank you for the interview. It was awesome.
Well, that was Giselle, and Giselle is a Brazilian musician here in Houston. You can catch her at any of the many restaurants that she performs at.
This is Speakstv.
I've been a teacher for 37 years, and now I'm the Fine Arts Coordinator in Fort Bend ISD, which means in essence I get to work with these amazing art teachers and watch the students in the classrooms doing the wonderful things that they do, because I think one of the things that we're here to do is to help young people realize the greatness inside themselves and learn to turn that greatness into a career in the future. And of course we get to see them, and in this particular show you get to see the elementary kids that feed into the middle school, that feed into the high school, so you get to see all the different levels of the art that they do, and it's just absolutely amazing. I was talking earlier to someone who had just run into one of my former students who is now a Schiff elementary teacher, and she just lit up when she got to talk about her students. So that's exciting that they've taken on this particular profession, and it's the greatest job on the planet. It really is the greatest job on the planet. And when Linda Kilgore from Aliana came to us and said, and she actually came to the three of us and said, we'd like to feature your visual arts program. And we didn't exactly know what she meant by that, but if by looking in these houses, by seeing all the things that they do, for us, it's been absolutely phenomenal that these kids are going to be featured, because for every kid that sees their work, and I was just in the home with Randy Eaton, one of our art teachers, and the little girl that did the cityscape was just lit up. She was just so excited, and she said she'd speak, by the way, but she was so excited that her work was on display in the house, and that's what we have the opportunity of doing.
Actually, all practicing artists, and that's certainly reflected in the projects that we do with our students. I am personally a portrait artist, and I am a pastelist, and I work large scale. So you'll see many of those works in what I teach with my students. And of course, Tammy is
My background's actually in printmaking.
Yes.
And so a lot of mine is line work, and I do a lot of drawings, and that's my passion. And sketchbook keeping, that's what I do a lot. So a lot of my kids end up doing a lot of line drawings and a lot of sketchbooking, and that's what I always promote all the time. So I think a lot of our artwork, because whatever we're practicing, is reflected into our kids and into our kids' work.
I did electronic media. Most of the electronic, all the layouts for the Aliana are the
In fact, I think you are
results.
one of the pioneers of electronic
Yes,
media
ma'am.
and the arts.
I was the
from-
first electronic media teacher in the state of Texas.
Wow. So that's
and therefore, again, it just validates what we do to our kids, because when they see us working, they realize that, they're not just telling us what to do, they're doing it themselves, and they're so passionate about it. That pushes those kids to just the rigor in our classrooms when they see us working, and when they see us, especially even when we make mistakes, they realize
Right.
It's okay. That's part of that learning process.
So that is fantastic. So do you have any students here with you today that we can showcase?
We absolutely do, and I'd like to add one more comment before we have Michelle Hang speak, and that is that the benefit of the arts and the visual arts, and in fact the benefits of the fine arts. We have to realize that all of us are different, and every child that's in a class is different. Some of them are going to move and become dancers. Some of them are going to be silent, and they're not going to be able to put what they feel in words, but they can express it in art. And so the arts, the visual arts in particular, help young people unravel the mysteries of life without having to put it in words. Some will be musicians, some will be singers. So the fine arts that we have the opportunity to preserve in the educational process, it's such a privilege because we're actually giving kids a voice,
a different language,
and life skills. You know, they will tell you. I know my students, whether they're going into Harvard or one of the best art schools in the nation, they will say, you know, I learned so much more in my art classes than just art. I learned work ethic. I learned that when it doesn't work the first time, try it again. Try different solutions. I learned, you know, to go beyond my failures and take more risk and become risk takers, to problem solve, to become visionaries. And that's what's so wonderful about our art classes, and we get to be a part of that every day.
I'm watching you and the passion that you have, you know, just doing this. I'm like, oh yes, and I am not an artist, and I'm in a totally different field, but I can relate to all of this. Yes. That is just so fantastic. Well, let's meet one of your students and get to hear their perspective.
Absolutely. I'd like to introduce you to Michelle Hang, and she is a Dulles High School student. And she just had a winning piece in the Houston Livestock Show Rodeo that won a very high award in the auction. She can tell you about it. And let's turn it over to Michelle. Thank you.
Okay, so, you know, I saw this piece earlier, and it caught my attention. And I don't want to tell you what caught my attention about it. I would like for you to talk me through what it is that you're trying to talk about or you're trying to express through this piece. And then let us see if it matches what I thought. Can we do that?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, well, this piece is inspired by angels. When I went to the National Art Gallery in DC over the summer, a lot of like the older artwork from a lot of centuries before, they had angels in it. So I wanted to do a modern take on like the idea of angels and demons. Okay. So that was how this piece is inspired, because that's where all the feathers came from.
So the feathers are from angels, and what part is the demon?
Well, I just put a lot of dark colors in there.
Okay.
And how she doesn't really look very happy. I wanted it to be a little bit darker.
Okay.
So that's where the demon part came in. Yeah, I like doing really intense pieces with a lot of conflict in there. So I did make the eye the focal point, so when you looked at it, you would first notice her expression. And then the position was, you know, I actually modeled for this picture. It was really hard to take the picture because there was no one to take it for me.
Yeah.
But I just wanted an interesting composition, and when you do people, it's hard because when they're standing up, you would have a lot of negative space. So I wanted it to be zoomed in on the person, and this was the best composition.
This is fantastic. Okay, so I have two more questions for you. One, what do you want to study when you grow up?
I'm not entirely sure yet. That's
Are you seriously kidding me? With this type of work, you're not sure yet what you're going to be doing?
Well, I mean, as a professional career, I am considering art, but I know that, you know, whatever I go into, I'm always going to keep art in my life. So that's why I don't necessarily have to pursue it.
So with this level of work, I'm looking at it, it's fantastic. So I would guess your age at 45. No? I'm way off?
I'm 16.
I'm looking forward to seeing who you become, what you become in the future. I think you're an amazing person, and I wish you the best of luck. I know you are going to be a successful person.
Thank you.
So some of the artwork that are being featured here today are what has actually won the gold seal, which is from the top 1% of students in the state of Texas. And I actually have one of these students right here with me. I feel just like really, really small right now because some of the students that I've spoken with today are really talented, really smart students. So enough about me. Let's turn it over to Nick. Nick, how are you feeling today? I understand that you are just this incredible artist for your school and your school district. Can you tell me about some of the pieces and how you were able to enter in these competitions and the outcome of them?
Well, the pieces that we did were those two.
Okay.
The teddy bear and then the skull.
Okay.
And those are just two different projects that work the contrast and like balance of space.
Okay.
And basically, you enter the contest, and then you interview with a judge, and then afterwards, you get put into this room where all the winning pieces go.
Okay.
And from that pool, you learn these are the pieces that are going on to the next level.
All right.
And then at the next level, which is a couple months later, they sort of pick the top of that group, and that's out of all the state of Texas, and those are the gold seal winner. This piece was a contrast piece, and so the point of the piece was to have this one object in this black and white drapery.
Okay.
And
you can see that.
And the whole point of the piece was trying to figure out a balance between the two, like what parts should be in prisma and what parts should be black and white.
Okay. I looked at this, and the first thing I thought was, okay, this may have been drawn, but definitely the teddy bear was a picture that you superimposed into it. I mean, there's so much detail in it that I feel like I can touch this teddy bear and feel the texture of of the feathers. That is so amazing. What do you want to become?
I want to go major in animation.
Okay, I can see that. Very good. Any schools that you're particularly looking at?
I've been looking at a lot of art schools,
Okay.
like Rhode Island School of Design and Pratt.
Okay. So have you always had an interest in design and in this type of work, or was this inspired by you going to the Fort Bend ISD school?
Well, I've always liked drawing when I was little, but I feel like I didn't really find my voice and my passion for art until I came into high school.
Wow. Well, it is such a pleasure to talk to you. You're an exceptional young man. It is my privilege to get to interview you. Thank you so much for spending time with us today, Speakstv. You just finished listening to Nick G. Nick is such an incredible artist. I am so amazed at the amazing ability of these kids to transfer their inner voice into something that someone else can see on canvas. Welcome back to Speakstv. I'm here with another student from Fort Bend ISD. And what is your name, sir?
Michael Tallister.
Michael, tell me about your experience with the Fort Bend ISD's art program.
Well, at my high school, Clemens High School, we have a base level art program that we call Art 1. And in that class, we will basically just be taught basic art principles. We'll be working with some graphite pencil and some Prismacolor pencil.
Okay, stop. You just went over. What is Prismacolor pencil?
Okay, Prismacolor pencil, I'm sure as a young child, you might have had the small color pencils, right? Prismacolor pencils are just in my opinion, a better colored pencil because they allow you to have more control over your artwork and they allow you to have better technique. They're a high level art tool.
So when I heard you say Art 1, Art 2, I thought, okay, Art 1, this is where I would learn that red and yellow make green. So this is not that?
No.
Okay.
Hopefully by the time you've gotten to high school, you've learned the RGB, the red, green, and blue, and also the yellow. But yeah, art allows me to express myself in a way that I can't say in words. It allows me to draw lines or paint stuff that allows me to express who I am and how I'm feeling.
Thank you so much
You're welcome.
for visiting with us here at Speakstv. I'm just in awe of you and a lot of your fellow students, what you guys have been able to accomplish, and your ability to tap into your inner strength and your creativity.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. I wish you the best of luck in life.
Alrighty then, thank you.
And there you have it, another incredible student from Fort Bend ISD. Welcome back to Speaks TV. We are here at Aliana's Art and Music Festival. I'm here with another student from Fort Bend ISD, and we want to talk about her art. What is your name, please?
I'm Sienna.
Hi, Sienna.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining us. So, I hear that you are this amazing artist, and you are a professional artist, but you're still going to school as a student? What's that about?
I wish.
So, do you have a piece here that you can show
Yes,
us?
I do.
Can you talk to us about the creative
Sure.
process and what you're trying to convey in this piece?
Okay, so my piece is the replica of David right there.
This
and
one?
So through this
Okay.
piece, I wanted to portray how we idolize certain people and their accomplishments in life, and how we kind of put them on this pedestal, and we view everything they do as like pristine and like pure, and we kind of sweep everything else under the rug. And I wanted to portray that through this replica.
So if you wanted to portray you, how did we do that?
I wanted to like capture the pristine like beauty of it, and so I didn't add any color because I wanted to kind of show the contrast between it. And so it's just charcoal. It's very simple, and it's very contrasting.
To be able to produce something like this is just incredible. Do you know what you want to become when you grow up?
I'm still thinking about it. That's like a question a lot of high schoolers hear, and it's a lot of pressure. So I'm still thinking about
Okay,
it.
you make it cause pressure.
No, not at all, not at all. I'm just nervous. Like I'm not sure what I'm going to do.
Really? Because from where I'm sitting, it should be an easy thing to decide.
I know.
That is amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and I wish you the best of luck in life. I know you'll be someone incredible, and maybe you'll be someone like David, where we all, get to be in awe. Thank you so much for joining us. Wherever you are, I hope that you are able to tap into your creative ability. And if you have an art class close to you, go and visit an art class, or go and visit an art teacher, and hope that you can be inspired like these teachers have inspired these students to be the best that they can be. Thank you so much for watching Speaks TV.
This is Speaks TV Africa.